Hello, hope you're enjoying this second summer we're having. Some lovely summer weather. We're going to do some more Pilates today, so I hope you're ready. Going to start standing up. So let's just go through your setup position. So feet hip width apart, pulling up through the arch of the foot. Tuck that pelvis under, so find that neutral spine. Softly engaging through the core. Think about tucking the head back and the head up nice and tall. And remember, we're looking for that straight line through the top of your head, down through your core, coming out at the middle of your feet. So try and check you're in the right position. And let's just focus on the breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Big deep breaths. So our body's all set up, mind focused on the job. Let's get started. It's going to take the head round, gently from side to side. Turn it round. Gently turning, little bit further each time, just loosening the neck. And come back to the center. Let's take the arms across and round. Now we're trying to keep the shoulder blades pulled down your back. And as you come up, let's try and keep the hands together as long as possible and then stretch them back. Opening the chest, squeezing your shoulder blades together behind you. Let's go a little bit faster. Take them round. Lovely big circles. And last one. Very good. Now we're going to just let the body swing as you go round to the sides. So the arms are just going to swing. Try and keep the hips forward. Just loosening at the waist. Just get that rotation of the spine moving. And come back to the center. Let's get these legs moving. So we're going to do some little squats. So we're going to push the bottom back. So the knees, don't let them come before your toes. They stay back and you're pushing your bottom back as though you're sitting down on a nice low chair. Push it down. And push. And push. Two more. Very good. Now we're going to turn the toes out. So toes turned out. We're going to come down. Then we're going to lift up. Try and keep the heels pushed together as much as you can. And take it back down. Take it down. And up. So as you come up, try and squeeze the thighs together. Get those inner thighs working. Two more. Woo! And take it down. Well done. Let's come to the end of the mat. Pull it back so you can see. So we're going to start with some roll downs and a nice gentle push up. So keeping that core connection. Big breath in. Exhale as you roll down. Slowly, slowly. Roll it down. Come forward. 1, 2, 3 steps. Now if you wish, we're going to put the knees down. Just make sure as you come forward that your head is coming in front of your hands. Okay, so we're not coming down here. That's not going to do anything. We're slightly forward, down and up. Tuck those toes under. 1, 2, 3 to come back. Slowly rolling back up. Let's do 2 more. Big breath in. So if you need to, when you're coming down, bend your knees. Otherwise, keep them as straight as you can. Now, if you want to keep the legs straight, that's fine. But you've got to control it. you today, it's not controlling for you, then just keep the next knees down, it's fine. Big breath. Last one. Whoop. And we're going to tuck the knees down and let's just push back, push right back and stretch through the spine. And we're going to come forward on our mat. So from here we're going to come into swan dive. We're going to take the back in the opposite direction. So we're going to keep the lower ribs down. So inhale to prepare. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you come down. So you can start small. If it's easier for you, keep the elbows down. If you can, you're going to come a little bit higher, but you're trying to keep that connection with the lower ribs onto the mat. So if you're not sure where they are, just have a quick feel, find that lower rib, and you're still trying to keep that connection with the mat. Because this is where we're trying to work, loosening up the lumbar spine. A little bit higher. Last one. And rest it down. Well done. Now we're going to lift the legs. So we're going to do swimming, but we're just going to work the legs. So what I want you to think about is keeping that same consistency in your core. So we're not going to clench anything. We're not going to clench the buttocks. We're just going to lift the leg. Think about length. So inhale to prepare. Exhale as you lift one leg and lower down. Exhale up. Inhale down. So feel as you're lifting the leg, there should be no increase in tension in your glutes or in your back. Just gently lifting and stretching. Trying to lengthen that leg. That's it. Get it as straight as you can. Stretching right to the toes. Now, if that's feeling challenging, you're going to stick with that. Those of you that want to work a little bit harder, we're going to lift both legs. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you lift. And just make sure that as you're lifting, you're not clenching your buttocks or squeezing your core. Just gently lift both legs. Pushing away. Lovely job. Two more. And then let's take the arms out long. We're going to do the arm and the leg. So inhale to prepare. Exhale as you lift and stretch. So again, it's not about how high you can go. You should have that soft tension through your core. So for this one, just think about that transverse abdominal muscle. Pulling in round the waist. Shoulder blades don't move. And you're just working those little back muscles that support right down your spine. Keep stretching away. Keep your face down. I know it's tempting to look at me and see what I'm doing, but I need you to keep looking down towards the mat. Don't worry, I'll tell you when we've finished. One more each side. And rest it down. Very good. Let's pop up on hands and knees. And we're just going to stretch through the back. So keeping the shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale as you arch that back, pushing right up to the ceiling. And then starting from your tailbone, tilt it down. Get that lovely arch the other way and come up. Let's do that again. Tuck the tailbone on, under, pushing up. and gently let it go down. One more. Push up and down. Lovely. Okay, come round on your side and we're going to go straight into a side bend. So we're going to start with the arms straight. Now if that's really uncomfortable for you, you can do it here, okay? But if you can, we're going to have the arms straight. Feet to knees in this position, and I want you to think about lifting up through the waist. So we're not letting this flop down, we're lifting up. Are we ready? So inhale to prepare, exhale as you lift, inhale as you come down. Now think about the image of being within 2 panes of glass. So as we come up, we're not pushing the hips forward, we're pushing them up. So we're coming up to the side and down. So say if that's really uncomfortable on your wrist, then you can just work here and keep it slightly smaller. So it's up to you. Last one. And take it down. Let's come down on the side. So we're going to lie in a straight line and we're going to do the clam. So I want you to bend your knees and have your feet at the back of the mat, your bottom at the back of your mat, and your shoulder at the back of the mat. And we're going to push this knee up, and as we do so, we're going to push this knee into the mat. So it's up. Now you're going to come up as high as you can, but keep your hands here and just make sure that your pelvis doesn't move. Pushing up and down. Push up and down. So keep pushing this lower leg down, really pushing it into the floor and pushing this leg up. So really working on the mobility in the hips, working the glutes and working those little piriformis muscles in your butt. Lift it up. Now while you're doing this, I want you to think about your waist. Is your waist lifted? So your lower ribs should actually be off the mat. So you're working your core all the time. And last one. Very good. Okay, let's have the legs straight. Nice and straight. And we're going to lift this top leg to the side. So we're going to point the toe, flex the foot. Point up, flex down. Point up, flex down. Now let's make that a little bit harder. Flex up, point down. Flex and point. Flex up and down. One more like this. Now if you can, we're going to lift both legs. But as you lift both legs, you've got to remember that you're still going to have this little gap underneath your waist. So your core control is the same. We shouldn't feel some massive contraction. Whoop, a little bit wobbly. So if you find you're wobbling, you can use your fingertips here. Okay, now remember you've got the option of sticking with one leg, sticking with 2 legs. We're going to make this a little bit harder. We're going to lift up. We're going to flex the feet. We're going to point the toes. We're going to lift up harder and we're going to take it down. Did you get that? We'll do that again. So we're going to lift up, flex, point, lift and lower. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift, flex, point, lift and lower. Now if that's too much for you, just carry on with the gentle lifting and lowering. If you're working with me, we're going to do 2 more. Here we go. 1 more. And last one. Lift, flex, point, lift and lower with control. Well done. Let's come up to the side and bring your legs round in front. So we're going to sit up and we're going to do a little bit of twisting. So we're going to work on the rotation movement of the spine. So we're going to start with the arms here. So if you can, you're going to push your feet together. If that's really uncomfortable, just push your legs down wherever they need to go. The important thing is that you're trying to keep your bottom, your glutes pushed into the mat. So I was on the beach yesterday. It was very nice down in Dorset. I want you to imagine that your bottom is pushed into the sand, okay? So keeping that imprint. So we're going to start like this, just crossed over. Inhale, exhale as you twist. Inhale as you come back. Let's go the other way. So just gently twisting round. Okay, now we're going to help ourselves here. We're going to put one hand here, and as we go round, we're going to twist. So feel that little pull. And this way, we're going to pull. So you're just trying to get that little bit extra rotation in the spine. Not too much. Okay, now let's have the traditional arm. So one on top of the other, this one on top. Now this hand is pushing up, this hand is pushing down. So we're going to push round and come back. Change. So trying to keep the neck and the head as high and long as you can. And remember, those glutes, they're pushed into the sand. Pushing round. Last one each side. So this is just going to help you to maintain that rotation movement that we never really think about until you suddenly realise you can't do something. And come back to the centre and roll it round. Let's do spine stretch forward. So we're going to have the feet in front. I'll come this way so you don't get a too close view of my feet. So bottom again, stuck in the sand, arms forward. Now as we come forward, remember we're going to tuck the tailbone under. So we get this stretch in the lumbar spine rather than just from the waist upwards. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you push back. Stretch forward. Slowly come up. And then stretching through the spine as tall as you can. Big breath. Stretching forward. 2 more. Really get that lovely stretch. One last one. And come back. Lovely. Let's come around and do the side bends this way. So knees round to the side. Arm here, we're going to lift up. So remember that pane of glass. Feet, knees and arm in a straight line. And we're trying to keep the waist lifted. So as you come up, we're not dropping the waist. We're pushing it up and we're trying to keep that straight line through the body. Remember your option, you can stay on your elbow if this is too uncomfortable. Shoulders down your back, lifting up. One last one. Good job. Okay, so let's come down on our side. Ready to do the climb. So long straight line, feet, bottom, back, all in line with the mat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you push up. Inhale as you come down. Now remember, this leg is not doing nothing. This leg is working hard. You're pushing that leg into the mat. And the whole time you've still got this gap under your waist. It should feel like this lower rib is lifted off the mat. So your core is still working as we mobilise the hip and work the glutes. Push it up. Should we do 3 more? Yes, Sandy, of course we will. I can hear you all saying it right now. One last one. And rest it down. Let's take the legs nice and straight. So we're going to start with the top legs. We're gradually going to build this up. We're going to lift and lower. And just make sure that as you're lifting, no contraction in the glutes, no contraction in the waist. You've just got those deep stabilizer muscles working. If it's too wobbly, fingertips in front. But if I see them going white, I'll know you're pushing too hard. Point up, flex down. Last one like this. We're going to change the foot. Going to flex and point. Flex and point. Push and lower. 2 more like this. And then if you can, we're going to go with both legs. So inhale to prepare. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Trying to keep those thighs and feet together. And again, we've still got that lightness under the waist. We don't want the ribs pushing into the mat. Gently lifting. Exhale up. Inhale down. Are you ready for the variation? Remember, you can stick with this or the one leg if that's more comfortable for you today. So we're going to lift, flex, point, lift and lower with control. Lift, flex, point, lift further, lower back down. Lift. So really resist when you're coming down. Don't let those legs plonk down. We want control. Can we do a couple more? Of course we can. Lift, flex, point, lift, and lower. Last one, this is your best one. Point, flex, point, lift, and take it back down. Very good. We're just going to come over onto the front and just push back and stretch out that back. Just release any tension. And then we're going to come forward and come round onto your back. So carefully make your way down. And let's just go through that little set-up position. So now I want you to make sure that you've got some room behind your head and room behind your feet. And you'll see why in a little while. But we're going to start with the 100. Now today for the 100, we're going to keep the head down. So what that does is it works the sandwich of muscles. When we work with the head up, it's great, but it's working these up on outer muscles more. So your exterior muscles, we want to work the deep core. So we're going to keep the head down. So inhale to prepare. Exhale as you lift your legs up. Now we've got the option of keeping the legs here, or you can stretch them up and you can take them away. So you find the position that works for you, and we're going to keep going. I think we probably need about 7 more breaths, don't you? I know you started before me. Stretching those legs. So again, you've just got that soft contraction in your core. Last one. And rest it down. Well done. Let's do a variation on one leg stretch. So we're going to keep the head down again for this one. We're going to bring the legs into tabletop position. Now if you can, we're going to work with both legs up. If that's not right for you today, then you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to keep one leg on the floor. Okay? So if you're working with 2 legs, we're going to have the leg here. Think about that soft tension in your core. And we're just going to stretch one leg away and bring it back. Stretch and back. And stretch and back. Now we're going to lift the arms up here. And just make sure that you're not really gripping with those core muscles. You should feel them gently working. Now if this is too much, remember you have the option. You can put one leg on the floor and just work one leg at a time. It's going to be easier for you. You have the other option of keeping the arms down. Or you can keep on stretching like this. 2 more. And rest the feet down. And let's have a stretch. Okay, we're going to do scissors now. So this time we are going to work with the head up if you can. If it's too uncomfortable for your neck or your shoulders, or if you get tired, just pop your head down. So we're going to start by lifting the head. So inhale to prepare. Exhale as you come up. Now we want the bottom of your shoulder blades still touching the floor, so not too high. Bring your legs up to here, and we're going to have the arms here. And we're going to stretch one leg away. Stretch. Now we can do it like this, but what tends to happen when we do this is that the arms are bringing the leg in towards you. And we want the abs to bring the leg in towards you. So if you can, we're just going to hold it here. If you just want to touch, that's fine, but we're not going to pull. Stretch and stretch, stretch. And rest it down and relax your neck. Great job. Well done. Okay, let's go into a nice gentle bridge to finish. So feet and knees hip width apart. Find that soft curve under your spine. Big breath. Exhale as you flatten the back. Squeeze the glutes. Lift the hips. Inhale. Exhale as you roll down. Back to neutral. And again. So try and feel every bone in your back just touching the floor. Really loosen it up. Don't forget as you're coming up, as you reach this point, we want to really lengthen the neck. Otherwise, as you put the weight on your shoulders, you're going to feel this is all a bit scrunched in. I'm going to lift it up. 2 more. Very good. And bring your knees into your chest and just roll them round. Very good. And then let's come and do a few rolls. So inhale, exhale as we come up. Gently rolling. This one we're coming up. We're coming all the way up and back to the centre. Very good, well done, great workout. Let's take some deep breaths, so we'll breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. 2 more. Last one. And one hand here, and one here, and give yourselves a big clap. Well done everybody, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.